Okay, so on the first slide, you open with your title and name. That's it. Just, color theory and your name. Okay.
And then for your second slide, you landscape using 3 layers of depth. Slide 3, you're gonna do flowers using cool color palette. So red or blue, green, purple flowers. I can't read that. Any object using dry brush and texture techniques. Slide 4. And slide 5, trees and local point.
Focal point.
Oh, focal point. Using. Don't know that word. Warm color palette.
Red, orange, yellow.
Okay. So, these are a few examples of things that other students have done here on the board. Okay? And you're going to want to take and tape down all 4 corners of your watercolor paper before you get started. This keeps the paper from rippling up on you. So you'll want to do that as a good practice for yourself of what's going on. These are just examples of things that students are doing. Your work with trees, one of your slides needs to be with trees. Don't make it look like this, okay? This is just someone's practice because they're really good trees, okay? But your work with trees will need to more closely resemble real trees in a landscape or trees, doing something, okay? They should not all be silhouette trees like these, okay? Your next thing we talked about in class today was don't make your river look like a road, okay? Make your river go around. Make it have some depth to it, okay? And another really great thing is when you're going to do mountains, remember to set the mountains up like a value scale. They're dark. These are darker. They start dark in the front. Then they get lighter as you go. All right? Pay attention to where the sun is. If this is the sun, it's going to be darker on the back sides of each one of those mountains. It's going to be a little darker. Okay? So we talked about doing dark green down here. A more medium green maybe over here. Then we work into a blue, a darker blue. Then maybe into a blue violet or just a light violet. Doing the mountains in a blue, or the sky in a blue with some clouds in it. Okay? Those became really important to us. We also want to make sure that it's open, organic, and objective in terms of its composition. It's got some shading to it. Notice these cross-hatching and a little bit of stippling going on and some blending that you'll be able to do with your watercolor. And it's going to need, some texture. You're going to want to put some texture in it because it makes it look better. So, to review, what we are looking for today in this week's slideshow would be these items. You're looking at this cover. You're looking at slide 1 being a landscape, like they said, with 3 layers. You are also looking at a third slide with flowers in that cool color palette like she described. The fourth slide is any subject or any object, anything you want, but you got to use dry brush and some texture techniques with it. Those need to be obvious in your work. And the last slide is trees. All right, so that's trees with leaves, and it's also trees with, like pine trees, with needles. Focal point, they should be what you're looking at. And you need to use a warm color palette. It's the fall of the year, so think fall colors, and you'll be great with that. You also need to do the discussion board for the week, just like we have been. And that is kind of what we're doing this week with watercolor. So you're going to want to take care of those pieces for this week. And I hope you're enjoying it. Have a good evening.